Hello, Thomas YouTuber. So this is part 4 of Stefan's Talking Action Thomas restoration. I went ahead and trimmed the tabs, made them closer to the original length. All right, I tried. Remember, I told you I had to buff that out. I had a crack and I had some glue right there. Looked like it came pretty good. Had a little bit of glue on this front fender right here. I buffed it out as much as I can, and that's looking pretty good. I went ahead and did the best I could for that eyebrow right there. Not a great job, but it's there. Got a good eyebrow right there. And so let's just click it back into place here. Hopefully it don't all explode on me. All right, so he's all back together, looking pretty good. Can't hardly even tell that I worked in this area. You couldn't hardly tell that they were separated. All right, so we're going to put that off to the side. I told you I was going to work off the camera to rewire this whole thing. The wiring and soldering off camera. The white wires that ran down to the activation unit down here, those wires are off. Now they're back on. The only wires that remained was one wire running to the speaker was still connected to the board, and these two wires that run back here to the motor, the black and the yellow wire that makes the motor run. All the rest of them were disconnected. The power wires right here, right there, the power wires right there were disconnected. One of the speaker wires is disconnected. Both activation wires were disconnected. So the next thing to do is turn it on and see what we got. Power switch is on up here. Okay, here we go. All right. So we got a English speaking, a US speaking Thomas. Motor's running. You can look in there and see the motor is running, but it's loud. And I'm going to go in there and try to repair that, see what's wrong with it. Might not be able to fix it, but we'll see. Okay, I went back in and did some tweaking on the motor, so let's give it another run. Sounds pretty good, pretty quiet. All right, so now it's time to put it all back together. And okay, while I was reassembling, I went ahead and checked the see if the wheels would turn, and I turned it on, and it did fine, but it ran backwards. Now it's running forward. But what happened was, remember I told you I didn't have to do the black and the yellow wire because it was still attached to the board. Well, whoever attached those on attached them backwards. So I had to go back inside the motor and switch the wires around inside the motor. So now I'm going to carry on reassembling the loco. Okay, I got it all back together again, and I had some trouble with it. It only wants to say one saying, hi, I'm Thomas. So, but it does say that. So that tells me all the mechanisms, the activation switch is working, the wiring is working. But also somebody somewhere along the line has put a speed motor in here. Because when I was testing it, trying to get it to activate, it would do a really fast movement, and it was like powerful Gordon on steroids speed. But I'm going to try to show you what I can get it to do. But if you see that speed, that's fast. That's fast for talking action for Thomas. Normally they're really slow. Let's just see if I can get it to do anything. Okay, that's what it'll do. Okay. It said that. That's new. Okay, let's see this. Okay, now it's saying right on time every time. But before it was saying... That's what it normally says. Here you go. That's fast. That's too fast. Okay, so you see it all works. It's just that I'm having a hard time with it on the track and responding. So let's just go up on the track and let... Okay, I got Stefan's talking action Thomas up on the track here. I'm just going to let you see, let you hear how the activation tab underneath is making contact, and you can hear it. Here it goes. Da, 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 da. So it is making contact, but it's having a hard time on the track. It just seems to only wants to say, hello, I'm Thomas. But anyway, we'll try to let it run. Well, a lot of times what I found out, if you have a train that hasn't run in a long time, you just need to let it run for about an hour or so. I don't know, kick out the cobwebs of the chips. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, let's give it a run. Alright, so I'm just going to let it run for a while and see what happens. Okay, I took it back apart again, trying to figure out why it's not activating. And I cleaned up all the contacts. It does work. Clean up all the contacts. So let's try it again. Watch what happens when it goes across. Nothing. Turn it off. Turn it back on. Nothing. One more time. Nothing. Now watch this. Remember I told you in that last video, I said it is going really fast. Now I'm going to put my hand down on it, intentionally slow it down. Watch what happens. Stops. And then goes. Do it one more time just so you can... Got it back on there. Turn it on. Put my hand on it, slow it down. Stops every time. Alright. So, put on a different one. We'll put a different one in. New track. Okay. Put it on here. Turn it on. It should make something different noise instead of just right on. Here we go. Stops. That takes off. See, that's just too stinking fast. Somebody put a high performance motor in there. What I'm thinking is what's happening is it's too fast. It goes across those bumps so fast. it can't detect what is going on. So I'm going to go back inside here and remove that high-speed motor that's in there and put in an old motor back in it, slow it down. Okay, I got Stefan's US speaking Talking Action Thomas on the track up here. I have done tons of work to this loco. And remember earlier in this video I showed you how fast it runs, and I said somebody put a speed motor in it. Well, I took the motor out and I put a old motor in it, slow motor, and it just sped it up. There's something going on. It's on the chip on the board right there. Something's breaking down on the inside where it's sending too much current to the motor, and I can't slow it down. I've tried everything. Also, what I did is also I took good working activation components and put in there, because it's just going across the tabs at a high rate of speed and not activating. What I did on this particular track is I put all the activation tabs in the corners, because all Talking Action trains go slow through the corners because it's pulling all that weight and batteries. So that one is a stop, go, stop, go. Then over here in this corner, coming out of this corner, is the tab that causes it to go from playing music to making a sound, a train sound, chug, 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 chug. And sitting on top, this tab sitting on top of is a tab that makes it go extremely fast. Now, Stefan, if you want to play with this toy, you have to put old batteries in it. Do not put new batteries in it. It'll just fly around the track like crazy. All right, let's just try to give it a run. Now, I have turned it off. It's been running for 3 hours. I've turned it off. So probably what it'll do, it'll go right across that tab right there and not say anything, because the batteries have recharged since I turned it off. So let's give it a shot.
Full steam ahead.
Oh, good. Stop.
Little engines can do big things.
There you go. Changing the music to chugging sound.
I'm a really useful
Fast here.
engine.
I mean, this train should be dead, and it's just moving along.
Little engines can do big things. I'm a really useful engine.
Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time.